Hey, what's up? It's JT here at Hoagie's Garage. It's a little early in the morning, fighting a little bit of a cold, but I have to get this video done. Kind of a little bit off schedule, honestly, with it. This is a little product from Husky Liners they sent us. It's called their Husky Shield. And it's interesting because Husky is all about protection. They are. But you never really look at them other than making something different from a floor mat, floor liner, or something like that. What this does though is it's a clear paint protector. If you see them, like I know bigger companies make them, and you take it to your car to a body shop, they install it, and it's a magical like clear bra, if you want to call it that type of thing. But this is an at-home kit. And I'm curious how it works. I've never done one of these before, so this will be the first time right out of the box. They call it Husky Shield. I have a Trailblazer SS here to put it on. This isn't mine. Mine is getting to that point where I did have some paint work done to the hood, but if I look like I'm looking at it, I might be selling it here in the next year or so. So it's kind of one of those products. I'm going to put it on this one because I know this one's going to be around a little bit longer. And being white, it should be interesting. I can't decide in my head if the white will hide it better than black, or if black would be worse or white would be worse. I don't know. So we'll see how it looks overall when it's done here. Basically, it's just a big sticker though we're going to put on the front of the hood. They also include some door edge guards. I'm not going to film those, but I'm going to film the hood, the installation process, and kind of show you how it works and what it does. I just ran through the hood, cleaned it off with a mild detergent, got it ready for the install here, and they have an entire, I don't know if you can see here, spray bottle, solution, squeegee, and then of course the guard itself. So this is from Husky Liners. It's called the Husky Shield. Follow along as I install it, and we'll see how it goes and what it looks like in the end. Thanks for watching. So there's an installation kit that includes 2 of these and a spray bottle. Husky says for the hood installation, you need to add 1 bottle of this to this with distilled water. I went and bought a gallon of distilled water from the grocery store. They say fill it to the neck, so that's what I'm going to do. Make my solution here that applies the stuff to the hood. Solution is all in here. They say to shake it 5 to 10 seconds. I've already done that, but why not do it again? They also include this little bag with what they call the Surface Prep Putty. Kind of looks like a paint clay. It's going to clean all your road grime, debris, bugs, anything off of the hood where you're going to apply the Husky Shield. Next step is to liberally spray this all over the front of the hood where the putty is going to be wiped, and then you use that as a lubricant for this putty. You never use paint clay or this putty on dry paint. It's just a little tip there. It's meant to be glide smoothly across the paint. It's interesting. It's kind of adding a sense of realism. All the noise and kids crying and lawnmowers and cars driving by. I'm at my house doing this, which is kind of the point of this kit. You don't need to take it to a dealership or a air-controlled environment, which it would make it nicer, but there is the odds here of more things getting trapped under it, like lint, dust, grass blowing around, that sort of stuff. But it is still an at-home kit that can be used at your house and installed if you're not a professional. So far it seems pretty simple. So on to the surface prep. Now, just a quick tip as you do this, you need to rotate that surface prep putty It is a similar to a paint clay. It does fill up with little pieces of dirt you didn't notice were on your paint. It's definitely something you need to be careful with too. You don't want to drop it on the ground and get rocks or dirt in it. The next step they say is use a lint-free cloth and clean off all the residue. Just dry it off, get rid of all the garbage here. One thing you want to verify, this particular one, it does say it's meant for our vehicle, 2007 Trailblazer. You don't want to open this up and do all this prep work. Make sure you have the right one, because if you have the wrong one, you get to this point, you're kind of stuck and you got to redo everything. It comes on a tube like this. You just undo the tape, and then we kind of have our whole protector right there. Kind of crazy looking. It says to lay it down face down on the hood. So basically we're going to wet the hood down, then lay this guy down the way the instructions say. Okay, at this point everything is soaked, and they say to roll it into place. And it shouldn't stick because it's completely saturated everywhere. So let's see how this works. Okay, not bad. And they say it should just, you should be able to position and move it and put it right where you want it, which seems to be the case for the most part. It is kind of cumbersome though. It is a big piece on this big car. Last thing you want to do is drop it. Now they say to keep the gaps between 1/16 and 1/8 of an inch from the edges, which I'm pretty close. You also want to make sure it's still wet, just because you don't want any issues here as far as if it does have a problem or you see a piece of dirt or something got caught, you can always pull it up and re-adhesive it. Next move they say is to start at the center and start squeegeeing out the water and the air. And as you squeegee that out, it is going to stretch a little bit, but you're going to expose the tackiness of it to the hood itself. Okay, so the Husky Shield is on there. It's to my liking, the position. Most of the major, if not all, air bubbles are out. They do say if there's anything more than 1/4 inch as far as air bubbles, dirt, things of that nature, you need to basically peel it up and push it back out. I did have one air bubble in this region that I didn't like. It was a little bigger than what I thought it should be. So I peeled it up, re-wet everything, and then reapplied. The one thing I can stress is keep your hands wet with the spray. Also, make sure there's no dirt anywhere. You don't want dirt getting trapped. You want clean paint. You want clean hands. You don't. I've washed my hands probably 5 times during this entire process. Next step, they say take a hair dryer, put it to low, and you can sort of speed up the drying process and kind of heat it onto there. I'm going to kind of show you a close-up here if you can make out the difference. You see the line. I'm not sure if it'll show up on the camera too well, but that's pretty much it installed. A little bit of a close-up after I ran the hair dryer on it. So that's pretty much it. The Husky Shield is installed. It's done. I'd say a good hour to 2 hour job. Now, one thing I related this a lot to was putting a clear screen protector on a phone. Dirt and air is your enemy. You want to make sure it's all squeegeed out from the center and working your way out. I still have a few air bubbles that kind of appeared as I was hair drying, and I'm curious if they're going to sort of disappear like they do on a phone after a while, or if they're going to remain there forever. So that's to be seen here in the future, sitting in the sun and going from there. This is with the door edge protectors that I mentioned before. I didn't put those on yet. This is almost a $150 kit. It's not a cheap piece, but it is nice. You can do this in your own home. I highly recommend closing your garage door. I kind of did it for lighting and that sort of thing. It didn't affect me, but I could see that leading to more dirt being caught underneath it there. Maybe close the windows, close the doors, let everything settle just like you do with a phone cover. As far as protection goes, it does offer, you know, from edge to, I don't know, about 8-10 inches up on the hood. So any rock that's going to hit it, anything like that, is definitely going to be protected for the most part. Another tip I'd say with this, install it only on a new or like new car or freshly painted hood. You don't want to be messing with an old hood with this. I mean, it will work, but you're going to have a lot of stuff you're just trapping in there already, you know, pre-existing stone chips, things like that. The Husky Shield is available from huskyliners.com. They have it for a number of vehicles. They had it for a Trailblazer, which is 2007, so it does go back a little ways in their product line. They don't offer it for everything, so check them out for it. They have great floor liners. This is a kind of a newer product, I think, from them that I hadn't heard of, but it is something you can find possibly on Amazon. This one is available on Amazon without the installation kit. That kit came with a spray bottle, the solution, and the squeegee to kind of press out the air. So I might take a few pictures of this after it sits out for a while, see what it looks like. It is noticeable. It is something you can tell, like, oh, there's a clear thing on here, but at the same time, it's one of those things kind of car guys sort of let go because we know why it's there. Being this car, this does have, I don't know if you want to call this like a power dome type style hood. That was the trickiest part. If you had a perfectly flat hood, this would be super simple, I think, even easier yet, because that was where I had what they call the fingers popping up there on the edges and that sort of thing. So huskyliners.com, this was the Husky Shield from them, installed here in Hoagie's garage by me. Check out everything else we have to offer, Instagram, Facebook. Give us a like on the video if you thought this was cool. If you have any questions on the install, let me know. I can kind of give you my take on it. They did have very detailed instructions with pictures of this car, which was something you don't see every day on installation instructions. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.